Hello, my name is Ahmed Gassama, and today I am going to give you a brief introduction about the history of the Mamluks. First of all, I would like to give you the definition of the Arabic word Mamluk. Mamluk stands for a slave, or to be much more precise, the white slave. Because in the Arabic language there is a difference between the word Abid and the word Mamluk. Now, the word Abid in Arabic means a black slave. However, Mamluks refers to the white slave. So the Mamluks were purchased or bought by the Abbasid state. They were also being captured during wars and battles. And there is also some sort of cooperation between Muslim leaders. For example, the Muslim leaders in Kazakhstan, in Uzbekistan, and in Kyrgyzstan. Now, these Muslim leaders were offering white slaves to the Caliph in Baghdad. The origins of the Mamluks were Turkish, they were also Mongols and Caucasians. But most of the white slaves were of origin background or of Turkish origins. Most of the Mamluks did not escape because they were very well treated by their masters. They were able to attain very high ranks in the army. They were even the backbone of the army of Egypt. The Mamluks were also very faithful to their masters. They were even referring to their masters as fathers. And in return, their masters were considering them as members of family. In other words, we cannot really talk about a master-slave relationship. I think that we have to make you have to understand the difference between slavery in the United States and slavery in the Muslim world, because slavery or slaves in the United States, they did not really enjoy any right whatsoever. However, the slaves in the Muslim world, they enjoyed much more rights. They were able to be freed and to attain even the highest ranks in society, even when they are slaves. The Mamluks were formed by the Abbasid state and also by the Ayyubid dynasty. Their main role was to defend the Caliph in Baghdad. Their main role was also to defend the Muslim land. They had to defend the Muslim lands in Iraq, in Baghdad, in Syria, and especially in Egypt. So their main role was much more military than anything else. So how did the Mamluks obtain power? When the last Ayyubid Sultan Najmuddin Ayyub died or passed away, he didn't have any heir, or he didn't really have any son to succeed him. So here the Mamluks took over and they took the power in Egypt. And that was during the 13th century. And from that moment, the Mamluk Sultanate came into being. The fall of the Mamluks had different causes, mainly because the invasion of the Ottoman Empire by the Caliph of the Ottomans, of course, Salim I, better known as Salim the Terrible. Now, Salim the Terrible made the Mamluk Sultanate a part of the Ottoman Empire. And the Mamluks lost the battle against the Ottomans, mainly because their army was not modernized enough and they used rudimentary weapons. The second reason for the fall of the Mamluks was the campaign of the French military leader Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, Napoleon Bonaparte, when he entered Egypt, he waged wars and battles against the Mamluk Sultanate. And these wars and battles contributed to the weakness of the Mamluks. The fall of the Mamluks occurred in 1805 at the hands of Muhammad Ali Pasha. Now, Muhammad Ali Pasha was the founder of modern-day Egypt. The Mamluks left a very important monument. The Kalaoun complex, for example. The Kalaoun complex included a school, a hospital, and a shrine. But I think that the most important memory the Mamluks left was stopping or putting an end to the invasion of the Mongols, because during that time, you know that the whole world was under the threat of the barbarism and the savagery of the Mongols. The most important Mamluk Sultan was or were Saifuddin Qutuz, Saifuddin Kalaun, and Al-Zahir Bibers. And I would like to shed more lights on Al-Zahir Bibers, because during his time he gave too much importance to knowledge and science. And during his time, Cairo became the capital of the Muslim world. So it is fair for us to say that the Mamluk Sultanate could be described as the golden age of the Islamic history of Egypt.